Hello, friends. I want us to look back on the case of Pastor Elizabeth Mokoro, the response he gave on the persecution and things that she has been passing. Now, there is a response that she gave back concerning the resignation that one of the media said that Pastor Mokoro had resigned from preaching in SDA church. Now, before I bring this clip, I want us to ask one question. Is there some leaders in SDA trying to play some games to push her to resign? Because we saw them banning of her from preaching, and then after some few days, because of the reaction online, they came back and they say we disregard that letter. So what is happening? Or is the church trying to force her to resign because we have that one allegation and it went viral? And then we have this other, the banning, the letter banning her from preaching SDA. Then afterwards, we have the lifting. Is there some leaders in SDA trying to trigger her to resign? Let's look at this claim to hear what she said concerning the claims.
They claim I have resigned. I don't remember tendering in a resignation letter. I am still an employee of Central Nyanza Conference. The day we will start preaching the truth is the day we shall begin to suffer persecution. So before we begin to suffer persecution, no, we have not yet started preaching the what? The truth. I'm not so sure how this thing has gone so round until Mokoro is the target. And there is so much on social media about me. There is a write-up on all the offshoot churches in this country. And one of those offshoot churches they claim is called King's Ministers Melodies, led by Pastor Elizabeth Mokoro. I think the person wrote Mokoro. And they say, I have a church called Mount Zion. I am the pastor of that church. Permit me clarify a few things. Not just to you seated here, because we are online. And I'm aware we are online. If you want to look for me, come for me. Don't go through some expose that I called a failed journalistic capability. And then you narrow down to Mokoro. They claim that I am the leader of King's Ministers Melodies. If you know that singing group, look for it, ask them for their leader. I am not the leader of King's Ministers Melodies. I have never been. Number two, they claim I am the pastor of Mount Zion. I am not. I have never been a pastor of Mount Zion. I am a member of Mount Zion. Just like a pastor from the conference has a church where he worships, is it? Yeah. Number three, you can check with my employer. I have not resigned. Still an employee. They say I've resigned to start my church, and now I am a social media preacher. You see the way you have invited me to preach, and you have this thing on social media now, so I've made myself a social media preacher. Let it go on record, I'm preaching in Nairobi East, and we have an online audience. So you will find us on social platforms. That doesn't make Mokoro a social media preacher. They claim I have pulled children from Kisumu boys and asked them to quit school. I have never preached in Kisumu boys. I have never interacted with an Adventist group in Kisumu boys. I have never spoken to any student in Kisumu boys. Not even prayed for and with. They claim I am telling people to remove children from school and homeschool them because that is true education. That my own children I have removed from Migosi SDA school and they are in the house. Let it go on record. I have a responsible husband. He makes choices on where his children go to school. My children, our children, are not in Migos SDA. They used to. They have shifted from a school in Kenya to a school in the US. That is what you want to hear. And they are students in Griggs International Academy, a program of Andrews University, which is a university for which church? This church. Let it go on record. I have 4 children in Greeks, the second largest distance learning education in this world, certified by many bodies, including AAA, which is our body. You can check with Greeks whether the Mokoros are there. I have 1 adult child, young adult, that is in Kisumu Polytechnic. So I cannot ask you to pull your children from school and mine are in where? School. Why am I saying this? I've just received a call. Police are looking for me. Okay? They have gone where we worship, a Land Cruiser with 3 police officers. They are asking, wapi kanisa ya Pastor Mokoro? Hii wiki yetu hii ikiisha ni by grace. So tunaweza shikwa hapa kwa hii kanisa. I'm not soliciting for anybody's sympathy. I am soliciting for your prayer. Nothing else. The way they prayed for Peter while in prison is all I'm soliciting from you and anyone who cares to listen. So if you want me, come for me. Don't go round. If I preach any heresy in this church, stop me. And that reminds me, we have YouTube channels that have taken these sermons, edited, and given them interesting titles. And they operate like they are mine. That has made us do our official accounts on social media platforms. When you want to listen to Mokoro, look for our official accounts. If you want to listen to Gata sermons, edited, given interesting topics and titles, you can look for the others. Ours officially is PR.Elizabeth Mokoro. Official. And this week, if you want to look for us in Nairobi East. Those 2 channels, the rest I have no idea. The YouTube channel and all our other social media platforms are very young. We just did them in January to curb the misstatements people are making about Mokoro. I believe in one thing. When the cause is right, move forward, leave the rest to Christ. So if you hear any Land Rover here, don't run away. It is Pastor Mokoro.
Now you hear from her. She's tried to clarify the responding back to the claims of her resigning from preaching on SDA, and her being a social media preacher, and her being a preacher of one of the organization there, a pastor of one of the organization. No, now, what is we ask ourselves, what is happening? Is there something behind her which is fighting her very much to get out of SDA? Because this is not normal. We cannot have some things which are following her from this claim from the media, of which went viral everywhere. Everybody saw it. Everyone and many people reacted on the same matter because they love her very much, because she has had a very great teachings, especially concerning the marriage. And now she is here again facing another consequence, that is being banned. And then after few days, they come back and lift the ban. Is there some games which are being played in SDA? We must ask ourselves, because I think everyone loves this preacher, because for quite some time she has been teaching very tremendous and very good teachings that many people they have gained great knowledge, a lot of things. And she has saved many families through her teachings. But now the church is trying to me, it's like this church is trying to play some games. It might be not the whole church, but you can find we have some leaders. They are maybe fighting her. Maybe there's a position that they need to hold, and maybe they see her, she can be given those positions, so they start fighting her. So those are just my thoughts and analysis concerning the matter, because I don't think the first allegation, according to her, she clarified it was wrong allegation. There is nothing was true about what the media was saying, and now the SDA has come to ban her, and then after a few days they come again and they lift the ban. Now, I saw one of the I saw one of my follower. He commented in the video that of banning Pastor Elizabeth Mokoro, that a letter was not coming from SDA. Then the question is, was coming from where? Because the signature, uh, eh, everything, the stamp was from SDA. So is there some leaders inside which are trying to fight her, or we have some people who are trying to force her to resign, and she has not accepted to resign? So in this matter, what do you think is happening in SDA? Is there some leaders trying to fight her to resign, so to get maybe some positions? Maybe she hold, I don't know which position she hold. Is there some leaders, or what is happening? Exactly what is happening? Because we must know, because this is something which we have seen it trending, from allegation, now banning, lifting of the ban. There's something which are trying to happen here. And we have been listening to her. She has been telling us that fighting, you should not supposed to fight in physical. You fight in spiritual battle. You don't fight them physical, you fight them spiritually. So is there some things that she know, because she must have some information concerning the same matter? So this my question. If you have listened to this video, or you have watched this video, please make sure you comment there. You are maybe you are what you think is happening concerning Pastor Elizabeth Mokoro. This is Stephen, GC News.
Hii wiki yetu hii ikiisha ni by grace, so tunaweza shikwa hapa kwa hii kanisa. I'm not soliciting for anybody's sympathy. I am soliciting for your prayer. Nothing else. The way they prayed for Peter while in prison is all I'm soliciting from you and anyone who cares to listen. So if you want me, come for me. Don't go round. If I preach any heresy in this church, stop me. And that reminds me, we have YouTube channels that have taken these sermons, edited, and given them interesting titles. And they operate like they are mine. That has made us do our official accounts on social media platforms. When you want to listen to Mokoro, look for our official accounts. If you want to listen to Gata sermons, edited, given interesting topics and titles, you can look for the others. Ours officially is pr.Elizabeth Mokoro. Official. And this week, if you want to look for us in Nairobi East. Those two channels, the rest I have no idea. The YouTube channel and all our other social media platforms are very young. We just did them in January to curb the misstatements people are making about Mokoro. I believe in one thing. When the cause is right, move forward, leave the rest to Christ. So if you hear any Land Rover here, don't run away. It is Pastor Mokoro.